Sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Dear meritorious children, welcome to Mirror of Dhamma program. Today, we are doing this program at a new location. Here it is Sri Gautama Siripa Mahavihara, which is situated at Mahamevnawa Kaduwela Monastery. Today in this program, we are going to learn about a special good quality that we should practice in our life. This quality is very important for our lives. The name of this quality is, we call it the patience. So patience affects so much for our lives. Without patience, children, we cannot do good deeds and we cannot live happily in our lives. So to know about this quality and to learn about this quality, let's first observe 5 precepts and go for refuge to our Lord Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, and let's learn about these qualities. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato Samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now, to observe 5 precepts, all of you get together and say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, to rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. My homage to Supreme Buddha. Buddha is my refuge every day. My homage to Supreme Dhamma. Supreme Dhamma is my refuge every day. My homage to Supreme Sangha. Sangha is my refuge every day. My homage to Triple Gems. Triple Gems is my refuge every day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. First of all, let's pay homage to our teacher, my teacher, Pinat Loku Swamin Wahanse. May all of our homage be to Pinat Loku Swamin Wahanse. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear meritorious children, today in this Mirror of Dhamma program, we are discussing about a very special quality. As I said before, we call it patience. So, patience, what do we mean as patience? Patience is, generally we know that patience is that the ability that one can have to bear up the difficult periods and difficult things and troublesome things in their lives. If someone can bear up and be silent in the problems they face in their lives, so those people have patience. Through Dhamma, we can learn much more about the patience. Patience is a good human quality that we can develop inside our lives. So, we all like to be a God children and have a rebirth in heaven to have a good life. So, to have that life, to be reborn in heaven, first we should develop good human qualities. Because before being a God or before being a deity, first you should be a good human. So to be a good human, in order to be a good human, we should develop good human qualities. So among the good human qualities, the patience is a very important and very much useful quality that we should develop as a human. So, when we develop this human quality, the patience, we can have a very happy life, very successful life. Because many people, many humans in this human world, they don't have the patience in their life. They get angry every time. If someone comes to them and blame at them, they get angry, they be angry. So, without the patience, mainly, people get into more troubles, children. So, if someone has this patience, the quality of patience, ability to bear up the difficulties when in their lives, ability to put up with the things, the problems that face in their lives. If they have that ability, if they have that power, then they can face the problems successfully. We can face the life troubles, life problems successfully. So it is a good and very important quality that we should practice in our lives. It is very important when you are growing up as a child, when you become young, you will face many problems in your lives. At your school, at home, and in the society, you will face many problems. To face those problems successfully, we should have the patience inside our minds. When we develop this patience, we can face them fearlessly and successfully. So, today we are going to learn about a very special sutta that was taught by our great teacher, Supreme Buddha. This sutta, the name of this sutta is called the Vepacitti Sutta. Vepacitti Sutta. The discourse about the Vepacitti. So, the base for this sutta is a nice story. So, I'm going to recite you a nice story that is related to this sutta. Once upon a time, in the heaven, in the God's world, there was a discussion among the gods and the Lord of the gods. The Lord of the gods, you know the name. His name is Lord Sakka. Lord Sakka addressed the gods in the heaven, his fellow gods, and told this news to them. He told, "Dear fellow gods, now there will be a battle between the gods and the titans." There will be a battle between the gods and the titans. Do you know what titans, children? Titans are the beings, titans are the creatures who always try to invade the heaven. They are kind of a bad destination. It is kind of a bad destination that if we do demerits, if we do wrong things, we will be born in these titan worlds. Once we are born as a titan, we won't get the ability to realize this Dhamma. We don't get ability to know Dhamma, listen to Dhamma. So most of the titans, they are very upset and very angry with the gods and this Dhamma. So that's the titan worlds. So the gods and the titans were arranged with a battle. Now the Lord Sakka addressed his fellow gods and said, "Dear gods, dear fellow gods, now there will be a battle between the gods and the titans. If we win, if the gods win, let's capture the Lord of the Titans, whose name is Vepacitti. Let's capture him and tie him up by the legs and the hands and the head and bring him to the heaven. Bring him to the assembly of the gods." Then he ordered like that to the gods, to his fellow gods. Then, children, the same discussion went on in the Titans' world. The Lord of the Titans whose name is Vepacitti, addressed the Titans, his fellow Titans, and told, "Dear fellow Titans, now there will be a battle between the gods and the Titans. If the Titans wins and the gods defeat, let's tie up the Sakka the Lord of the gods by his hands and legs and the neck and bring him to the city of the Titans. So children, this discussion went on in the both worlds. Buddha said, in this battle, what happens? Who won? In this battle, children, the gods won. So, as discussed previously, after winning of the gods, the Lord Sakka ordered to his fellow gods to tie up the Vepacitti from the legs and the hands and the neck, and he was brought to the assembly of the gods. Now he is in the assembly of the gods. So when Sakka was entering to the assembly of the gods, Vepacitti, who was bound by the legs and the hand and the neck, started insulting and started blaming to Sakka with very bad words, very harsh and rude words. So he was kind of insulting to the Sakka. When he is insulting, children, see the quality of the Lord Sakka. He was very patient with him. When the Vepacitti is insulting the Lord Sakka, he was very patient with the Vepacitti, the Lord Sakka. He was very silent. He did not say anything. He was listening to all the harsh and the bad, rude words that is coming from Vepacitti towards him. So, seeing this patience, the fellow gods was upset with the Lord Sakka. Because now normally in our lives also we face such problems. When someone is blaming us, when someone is scolding us or treating us badly, many people around us say that you should blame again. You should blame as a reply. When someone is blaming you, normally the society says you should blame back. You should start blaming to them. But the Lord Sakka did not practice that bad quality. He was very patient and he was very silent with this Vepacitti. So, the god Matali, there's a special god called Matali. Matali is the driver, the chariot driver of the Lord Sakka. So he was the best friend of the Lord Sakka, and he was very upset by hearing, he got very angry by hearing these rude and harsh words which are coming from Vepacitti to Lord Sakka. And God Matali asked a question from Lord Matali asked a question from God Sakka. He asked, God Sakka, listening to the harsh words of Vepacitti, why do you put up with him? Why are you putting up so patiently? Why are you being silent? Is it because you are scared or because you are weak? He asked. He asked, why are you being silent with Vepacitti? Why are you not saying anything? Is it you are scared of Vepacitti or are you weaker than Vepacitti? So we face this. The people ask this same question in our lives. When someone is blaming, when someone is coming to hurt us, people say, why are you being so patiently? Why are you being so silent? Why don't you blame back? Why don't you react back? Are you afraid of him? Many of friends are asked like that. Are you afraid of him? Or when someone is bullying us at school, If we are being silent, if you are being very patient, many people, many children, many of your friends think that you are being silent and you are being very patient out of fear, or you are weaker than the other. Then the God Sakka said very inspiring and very valuable verse that showing his great qualities of patience. God Sakka said, "It is not because I am scared or weak that I am patient with Vepacitti. It is not I am scared or weak that I am being patient with Vepacitti. How can a wise person like me have a fight with a fool?" What he said? How can a wise person like me have a combat with a fool? See what an inspiring verse. So, children, if you can remember this verse, this part of this verse, how can a wise person like me have combat with a fool? If you can remember that when you are facing an angry man, angry person, angry friend, you can remember to yourself. Now, wise people, people who have wisdom and intelligent people are not going to fight with anyone. When you grow up with the wisdom, when you grow up with your knowledge, when you get matured, you should not fight with anyone. You should be patient every time, children. So, children, can we stop a blame that is coming from someone else? No. Can we stop criticizing? Can we stop criticizing ourselves by others? No, children. We cannot stop them. They are out of our control, because anyone can come to us and blame. Anyone can criticize us. That is up to them. We cannot control them. We cannot control the other people. So the people who are around us, you remember this very important. People around us are out of our control. Your friends, your brother, your sister is out of our control, because we cannot control the other people. But we can keep under control something. What is that? That is our mind. We cannot control our mind because we have the ownership, we have the responsibility of our mind. So if we can control our mind, then we can control our anger. Children, in our lives, we cannot control the other people. People around us, they are out of our control. We can blame them. We can punish them. We can hurt them. But to some extent, we can control them. But mostly, they are out of our control. We can control by anger. They are being controlled by anger, but that is not going to be last long. So mainly in our lives, the other people, the people around us, are uncontrollable. We cannot control other people. So what we can control is our mind, our mouth, our brain. We can control those things. So we can decide that what we should act by when when we face anger, how we should act, we can decide that. So you assume as our minds are within control of ourselves, we can control our anger. We can control our mind and face those problems so patiently. That is why these all the good deeds that can be practiced in our life because the control of our minds are within ourselves. So can you stop a person being criticized of us? No. Can you stop a person blaming us? No. So instead of that, instead of stopping a person from blaming us, we can be silent, control ourselves and be silent. We can practice patience in our life. We can manage our anger. So, the Lord Sakka said, how can a wise person like me have a combat with fool? From this verse we can know about that only fools are going to fight with each other. The wise people, people who have wisdom, people who are very good, they are not going to fight with each other. They practice patience. Now imagine when you meet a mad person or a crazy person or a person who is out of his mind, who is mental, when he is blaming you, when he is criticizing you, when he is coming to fight with you, are you going to fight children? Are you going to fight them with? No, because we know that they are mad, because we know that they are out of their minds. So, as we know that mad person is out of his mind and we should not react, we just practice patience. We are not going to say anything because we know that he is mad. We are feeling very sorry for him because we know he is mad. So like that, Buddha said, if we get angry, if we get angered, if we put anger inside to our minds, Buddha said, that is like a temporary madness. If a person is being angry, he is being mad for a short time. So when someone comes up to you, when someone comes to you and blame you, you should know that he is a temporary mad. So are you going to fight with a mad person? No, we are not going to do that. Just we feel sorry for him. Like that, we should be silent and we should practice patience when someone is blaming us. Then, the Matali was upset with this answer. He said that, how can I, as a wise person, have a fight with this fool, Vepacitti? Then Matali said, fools will be angrier and try to fight if no one will keep them under control. If there was no one to control, fools always try to fight with each other. That is the nature of a fool. So you will find such people in your life because there are so many friends. Then the God Matali replied with another problem. He said, fools will be angrier and try to get into fights if there is no one to control them. That is why with severe punishment, with harsh punishment, that the wise people could control the fools. He said that we should control a fool by punishing him. If not, he is going to get into troubles with others. Children, from this verse, we can know about that fools are always try to fight with each other. You will find many such friends at your school that always try to fight with you, fight with others. So they are just kind of fool qualities that they have. So wise people, as the disciples of the Buddha, as the disciples of the great Sangha, we should, as the wise people, we should not fight with others. We should not be angry with others. And we should practice patience in our lives. Because we have a great teacher. Our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, was the most patient person in the world. So as the followers of this patient Supreme Teacher, as the disciples of this great teacher, we should practice this great quality, the patience in our lives. And through our lives, children, we should show to the world the great quality and the benefits of patience. We should show to others. We should inspire others. We should inspire the society with our patience. If we lose our patience, if we lose our temper, if we get angry, then what's the point of being a Buddhist? Because we have a great teacher who practiced the patience, which is to an extent that no one can practice. So children, you should be patient with harsh words. When someone is blaming you, you should never be angry with them. So practice silence and patience in your life. Then the God Sakka replied for that question, that statement. Now Matali said, fools will be angrier and try to fight if no one will keep them in control. So we should give harsh and severe punishments to control the fool. Then the God Sakka replied, I think that when one knows others are angry, if one mindfully maintains his peace, that is the best way to control the fool. He said, I think that when one knows that others are angry, we should mindfully maintain our peace inside our minds. That is the best way to control a fool. You see, now we can know about the best way to control the angry people. What is that? It is maintenance of peace inside our minds. And not going to quarrel with them, not going to get into troubles with them, not blaming to them. So that is the best way to control a fool, control an angry person. There's a very famous statement which is known as, the silence is the best answer for a fool. What is it? Silence is the best answer for a fool. So when someone is angry, we know that he is a fool. He is under fool qualities. So to a fool, what is the best answer? It is the silence. So when you face an angry person, make sure that you always practice silence, practice patience. Then God Sakka said that if someone is maintaining his peace inside their minds, that is the best way to control a fool. That means not complaining and not blaming, not reacting. So then the Matali said, God Sakka, I see a fault in that patience. I see a wrong thing in that patience. When one is patient, when someone is patient, the fool thinks of that patient person that he is being silent and he is being patient with me because he is afraid of me. What do you think about that? Many people think like that, no? They think that if we are being patient, if we are being silent when they are blaming, they think that oh, they are being patient, they are being so silent because they are afraid of me. So that is a wrong thing, the Matali said. The fool will cause more trouble to the patient one. What he said? Fool is going to make more troubles to a patient one. Now children, in life that happens. To the patient person, the people who have the patience, all the fools, all the angry people are coming to him and blaming to him because they know that he is not blaming, he is not reacting to that with anger. As the fool cause more trouble to the patient one, like the herd of bulls, a herd of bulls who is charging towards an innocent bull. Now when one innocent bull is there in a herd of bull, all the other bulls are just making fun out of him. Okay, they are just hurting him because they know that he is not hurting. Like that, the fool will cause more trouble to a patient person. Then the God Sakka said, it doesn't matter whether one thinks or not that he is being silent or he is being patient because he is fear of me. Let him think like that, or let him not think. There is a great benefit in cultivating and developing good qualities in our life. We have the good qualities, we should practice them. If we have the good qualities, we get a great benefit in that. So there is a great benefit in cultivating good qualities within oneself. There is nothing better than patience. He said, Lord Sakka said, there is nothing better than patience. If you can write this statement in a big piece of paper in big letters, what is that? There is nothing better than patience. You can write in a big piece of paper and stick on a wall that you can see it very often, because patience is very important to our lives. When you get angry, you can think of it. There's nothing better than patience. There's no good quality better than patience. Children, the first and the foremost advice of all the Buddhas, Kanti Paramang Tapotikitta. The patience is the best meditation that you can have in your lives. So, if someone is practicing patience, his life will be successful. Then the Sakka said, even though the strength of a fool is called power, even though the strength of a fool is called power, in reality, there's no power there. Now, in the society, the people call the power is that when people get angry and try to fight with them, then people call them that they have much power. They are powerful than us. But in reality, what is the reality? There's no such power with an angry person. No one can challenge the patience of one who practices Dhamma. So the one who practices the Dhamma is unchallengeable. No one can challenge him because he is practicing a good quality inside his mind. Then Lord Sakka said, if one gets angry at another angry person, if someone gets angry at another angry person, he makes things worse for himself. He makes things worse for himself. And one who doesn't repay an angry person with anger, he wins the hard battle. So if someone is not reacting to anger, if someone is maintaining a good patience and silence in their mind, when someone is blaming him, he wins a hard battle that is inside their lives. Because it is very easy to react, children, to anger. If someone comes up to you and started blaming, it is very easy to blame back. It is very easy to react. But we should battle inside our mind, with our mind, to practice the patience, to be silent, to be kind. So then the Sakka said, knowing that his enemy is angry, when someone is mindfully maintaining the peace, when someone is mindfully maintaining the patience, he practices for his own welfare and the others. He is practicing the good for himself and the others. Because if we are not getting angry, then we are not getting damaged by anger. If we are not getting angry, then the other person, the other people would not get damaged by anger. Anger is something like this. It's like a red hot iron ball. It's like a red hot iron ball. So if we are angry with someone, let's think that we are going to take this red hot iron ball and throw at them to hurt them. So when we touch it from our hand, who is going to be burned first? Who is going to be damaged first? We are the ones who are going to be damaged first. After that, the other person damaged. Like that, if we take anger into our minds, then first of all, we are going to be damaged. We are going to decrease our good human qualities. So, if we are decreasing our good human qualities and starting to react to others, that would be a great and big disadvantages to this life and to the next life. So children, every time we should be patient. There's a common saying that be patient every time. Be patient whenever possible. They say be patient whenever possible, and it is always possible. All the time that you can be patient, practice patience. So when the Sakka said, when he acts for the welfare of himself and the other, the people who are unskilled, the fools in Dhamma, consider that patient person is a fool. Normally in the society they say that if someone is patient, they say that he is a fool because he is not reacting. But according to Dhamma, in the reality, he is the wise person. He is the strongest person because he is battling not with others, he is battling with his mind. It is very easy to battle with the others, the physical world. It is very easy to battle with people. Everywhere on earth, there are so many battles. It is very easy. Everyone is doing that. But there are very few people who is battling with their minds to control their anger, to control their bad habits, to control their bad qualities. That is the most hardest battle that one can face in their life. So if someone is practicing patience, if someone is practicing love and kindness, if someone is practicing silence, they are the strongest people. They are the strongest humans in the world. So if you are willing to be a strong person, if you are like to be a strong one, what should you practice? You should not. You don't want to go to the gym and make your body strong, you should practice the patience inside your life. That is the strongest thing in your life that you can have. Then the Buddha said, so monks, even the Sakka, the Lord of the gods, he is experiencing the happy results of his own merits. He is experiencing the happy results of his own merits, exercising the supreme power and the rulership over the gods. He is the Lord of the gods. He has become the Lord of the gods by his own merits. He practices the patience and the gentleness. Then how much more would it be fitting here for you to be practiced the patience and the gentleness in your life, because we have a great teacher. Our great teacher was the most patientful person in the world. He was the most kind person. He was the kindest person who ever lived on earth. He was the most silent person who ever lived in the world. So as the disciples, as the sons and the daughters of this supreme teacher, our Lord Buddha, we should practice this patience in our life. So children, as a good quality, we should practice this patience and silence to our life. If we practice this, our lives will be very happy and our lives will be very prosperous. We can face the problems in our lives successfully, fearlessly. So I wish you all, through this merit, may you all develop patience inside your lives, and may you all develop kindness in your lives and be well and happy, and may you live long, and may you realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya. So children, now we have come to the Pirith chanting session. Today we are going to chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta, that is known as the discourse of loving kindness. So if you have the Mahamevnawa Pali English Pirith chanting book, take it to your hand and get ready. Turn to page 24. That is where you find the Karaniya Metta Sutta. Okay, let's chant this sutta as Pirith. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya matta kusalena yantang santam padang abhisamicca sakko ujuca sujuca suaco chassa mudu anatimani. One skilled in good, wishing to attain that state of peace, Nibbana, should act thus. He should be clever, upright, exceedingly upright, obedient, gentle, and humble. Santussakocha subharocha appakiccocha sallahukavutti santindriyocha nipakocha appagabho kulesu ananugiddho. He should be content, easy to support, with few duties, living lightly, controlled in senses, discerning, cautious and unattached to families. Nacha kuddang samachare kinchi yena vinyu pare upavadeyung sukhino va khemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. One should not do any slight wrong which the wise might censure. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Ye kechipana bhutatti tasava thavarava anavasesa dighavāye mahantava majjimarassa kanukatula. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, timid or fearless, long or large, medium, short, subtle or gross, dittha va yeva addittha, ye cha dure vasanti avidure, bhuta va sambhave siva, sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Neparo parang nikubbeta, nati manyeta katta chinang kanchi, vyarosana patigha sanya, nanya manyasa dukkha michaya. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will, should anyone wish harm to another. Mata yatha niyam puttam ayusa eka putta manurakhe evampi sabba bhutesu manasam bhavaye aparimanam. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her own child, even so towards all living beings one should cultivate boundless loving kindness. Mettancha sabba lokasmin manasam bhavaye aparimanam. Uddhang adhocha tiriyancha asambādang avirang asapattam. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving kindness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Titthaṃ charaṃ nisinno vā sayano vā yāvatassa vigata middo etaṃ satiṃ adiṭṭheya brahmametāṃ vihāram idamāho. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down or whenever awake. One should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Dittincha anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno kamesu vinaya gedang nahi jatu gabhaseyam punaretiti. Not falling into wrong views, but virtuous and possessing right view, removing desire for sensual pleasures. One comes never again to birth in the womb. Etena saccena suvatti hotu. By this truth, may all there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now children, we have come to the good deeds session. So let's watch all the good deeds that are done by the children all around the world who are connected to the Mahamevnawa monasteries, and let's share those merits with all the children and rejoice those merits and be happy. Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the good deeds session where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Dinudam and today I'm here with Devanga.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Devanga. Today I'll be watching the good deeds done by Kevin Upasika, Laura Upasika, Dinugi Upasika, Danuja Upasika, Nelini Upasika, Onaru Upasika, and a few other Dhamma friends from Toronto and the UK.
The first meritorious deed was done by the kids from the UK and Toronto, Canada. In the previous programs, we watched episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 of What Happens After Death. Today we're going to watch episode 8. Have you heard anybody who escaped from this endless samsara? And how did they escape? Today children are discussing this. So shall we watch the last episode? It is episode 8.
What is the Noble Eightfold Path?
Right action.
Right effort. Right mindfulness.
Namo Buddhaya.
What is the Noble Eightfold Path?
Right view. Right intention. Right speech. Right action. Right livelihood.
Right effort. Right mindfulness.
Right concentration.
Is there anyone who escaped from this endless samsara?
Yes, our Supreme Buddha and our great Arahants who lived in the past escaped from this endless samsara.
Our Supreme Buddha realized the true nature of life and escaped from the cycle of rebirth without the guidance of a teacher.
Our great arahants followed Noble Eightfold Path and escaped from this endless samsara.
May our homage be to the great teacher Supreme Buddha. May our homage be to the Supreme Dhamma.
May our homage be to the Supreme Sangha.
May our homage be to the Arahants who escaped from the endless journey of samsara.
So my dear Dhamma friends, do not miss this rare opportunity
While you are born in the human world, and while you can see and associate with Mahasangha, do many merits.
May you all be able to accumulate many merits and realize the Four Noble Truths in the Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Theravada Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was a beautiful video. Many merits to Swami Nuhansa for giving us the opportunity to participate in this video and collect enormous amount of merits. Also, many merits to all of the children who have participated in this video. Lastly, many merits to Kailu Upasaka for making this beautiful script and to the Nudaham Upasaka for making the series of episodes.
You can also create 1 to 2 minute presentations about any Dhamma topic or any meritorious deed you have done. You can then send them to our email address. The next meritorious deed was done by Kevin and Laura from Toronto, Canada. They have sent beautiful pictures of their good deeds they have done. Let's see their pictures and learn some good values and be good children to the whole world.
Namo Buddhaya. Peanut Swami Nuhansa. This is Kevin. I would like to share my good deeds with you that I did throughout the week. I start the week with a good deed by making morning coffee for my family. I was very happy that I could put a smile on their faces and surprise them. In the evening, we learned to chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta. It was a bit hard. On Tuesday, we learned to do the impermanence meditation. On Wednesday, we watched the past episode of Mirror of Dhamma, Do Not Commit Evil Deeds, and learn how to chant and what is the meaning of the Ratana Sutta. Currently, I am reading a book called A Manual of Buddhism. I've learned so much about Lord Buddha and his teachings. I would like to share merits I have gained by learning Lord Buddha's teachings to my grandparents, who sent this book to me from Sri Lanka. May the Triple Gem bless you all. Theravada Saranai.
My good deeds. Namo Buddhaya. Pinwat Swami Nuhansa. This is Laura. I would like to share the good deeds I did for the last few days. On Monday, I wake early morning and did love and kindness meditation. I did it for the whole week. Today, I offered Buddha Puja to Lord Buddha with my mother and brother. In the afternoon, we watched past episode of Mirror of Dhamma program and learned Ratana Sutta. May the blessing of the Triple Gem all be with you. Theravada Saranai.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits to Kevin and Laura for sending those beautiful pictures of their good deeds. We all rejoice in your meritorious deeds. May all children be the same and collect such merits for their lives. You all can do more good deeds every day and send to us, and we will show them to the whole world.
If you have any photos of any meritorious deeds you have done, you can send them to our email address, which will appear on the screen. We will all rejoice in your merits. The next meritorious deed was done by Dinugi Upasika and Danuja Upasika from Australia. They have sent beautiful photos of their meritorious deeds. They observed the 8 precepts on January 23rd and offered the Buddha Puja to the Supreme Buddha. Let's see their beautiful photos. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits to Dinugi Upasika and Danuja Upasaka for sending these wonderful photos. We should all do as many meritorious deeds as we can to collect enormous amount of merits in our lives. We rejoice in all of your merits. The last meritorious deed was done by Nalini and Onara Upasika from America. They have sent an amazing presentation about the life of Visakha Mahaupasika. Let's see their amazing presentation. Visakha, the great Upasika. Visakha was the daughter of Dhananjaya Situ. From the young age, she had a habit of going to the temple with her parents. She used to listen to the Dhamma. At the age of 7, she attained Sotapanna. Visakha was a good Upasika. She gave alms to the Buddha and the Sangha. When Visakha came to the age, she married Punyavardhana, son of Situ Migada. They were very rich, but they were not Buddhists by religion. This family gave alms to the Niganthas, and Visakha was not happy about it. Visakha managed to tell the Migada family about the Buddha. Later, they agreed to give alms to the Buddha and the Sangha. Sharing merit. We share lots of merit with Loku Swaminwansa, Mira of Dhamma Swaminwansa, and all the monks and nuns around the world. We also share merit with the children who practice the Dhamma. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya. Nalini and Onara Pereira from America.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits to Nalini and Onara Upasika for making and sending this beautiful presentation. We should all learn from Visakha Mahaupasika and collect many merits to our lives. And many merits to Dhamanga for voiceovering and editing this beautiful video.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help us to propagate the Dhamma and teach others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the World News in Buddha's Great Message session, where we read the news that's happening all around the world and use our Supreme Buddha's great teachings to see what sort of lessons we can pull from them. My name is Devanga, and today I'm here with my brother, Davinzu. Our Supreme Buddha advised us to avoid evil deeds. If someone treats another person badly, he or she will eventually be treated badly by someone else. Not only do they suffer in this life, but in next life as well. The first news that we are going to share today is a story from which we can learn a good lesson. A 9-year-old black girl pepper sprayed by police begged, "Please don't do this to me," and "It's burning my eyes," as she waited handcuffed in the back seat of a police car for 16 minutes, according to new police body cam footage. Just because you're angry does not mean you have the right to be cruel.
Sabbi dasanti dandasa Sabbi bhayanti machuno Attanang uppamankatva Nahaneya naghataye.
All beings tremble at violence. All beings fear death. Putting yourself in a place of another, do not kill or influence others to kill. Dhammapada Dandavaga 129.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Devindu. Today I'm going to share a very tragic incident. But by this tragedy, we can learn how uncertain our human life is. Death can come at any time and can't be avoided by any means. Our Supreme Buddha said that our life as a human is like a drop of dew on a grass tip. When the sun comes up, it will quickly evaporate and doesn't last long. In the same way, life as a human is like a dewdrop. 3 people have died after a series of incidents which led to the location of an East Ayrshire hospital. Police say a woman, 39, was attacked in the car park of University Crosshouse Hospital in Kilmarnock. At 7:45 p.m. on Thursday, a second woman, 24, was fatally stabbed at about 8:05 p.m. on Portland Street, about 2 miles away. A 40-year-old man then died in a road crash on a mirror road near the A76 south of the town. At about 8:30 p.m., Police Scotland inquiries carried out so far have indicated that the incidents were linked. Therefore, my dear Dhamma friends, understand the suffering that we will have to go through in this endless samsara. Let's go for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha wholeheartedly and practice Dhamma and have a strong determination to escape from this endless samsara. We will see you all next week. Theravada Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
Children, now you have come to the meditation session. So, before meditation, we should get ready for that. So you can sit in a comfortable place and if you can, cross your leg or sit on a chair. And especially, mainly, you should keep your body straight, very straight, and you can keep one palm on another, or you can rest your hands by your side, on your knees. Then, you should relax your body first. Before meditation, we should have a relaxed body. So many people, they meditate in a very tight position. So, their meditation won't last long, children. So, in order to meditate successfully, you should relax first your body. So, relax your shoulders, and relax your head, you relax your neck, and then slightly close your eyes, and then relax your mind first. So today, we are going to do the loving kindness meditation. This loving kindness meditation we are going to practice. Let's wish well and happy to all the living beings in this world. Okay. So, you can think when I am saying the statements. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with the fresh air and let it go out. Exhale. Now we are going to do the loving kindness meditation. Keep thinking on my words as I say them. May I be free from anger. May I be free from ill will. May I be free from jealousy. May I be free from mental suffering. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be well and happy. May I be well and happy. May I live in peace. May all the beings around me be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they be well and happy. May all the beings in this village be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. Be well and happy. May they live in peace. May all the beings in this city be free from anger. Be free from jealousy. Be free from ill will. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all the beings in this country be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. Be well and happy. May they live in peace. May they be well and happy. May all the beings in this world be free from anger. Be free from jealousy. Be free from ill will. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in happily. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May all the beings everywhere be free from anger. Be free from ill will. Be free from jealousy. Be free from mental suffering. Be free from physical suffering. May they live in peace. May they live happily. May they live happily. May they live happily. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, now you have come to the final session, that is the merit sharing. That is the session of showing the gratefulness to who helped us to conduct this program. So let's share the merits with them. Today, this Mirror of Dhamma program, it is sponsored by 3 families from Toronto, Canada, Mahamevnawa, Asapur, Dhamma School. So all the merits that we accumulated today, let's share with the gods first. May all the gods who like to protect the Dhamma and this Gautama Buddha's dispensation rejoice in these merits, and may all the gods protect the families who is from Toronto, Canada, Mahamevnawa, Asapur. May all the gods protect them, and may all the gods realize the 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share the merits with all the departed relatives of us. May all the departed relatives rejoice in these merits, and may they escape from this samsara as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share the merits with our Loku Swamin Wahanse. From this merit, may our Loku Swamin Wahanse be well and happy and live long, and may our Loku Swamin Wahanse realize 4 noble truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. As well, we like to share the merits with the families who sponsored to this Dhamma program, and we like to share the merits with the Samadhi and Situmi daughters who are turning to 7 and 5 years old in March. May they live happy and may they live long, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. As well, we like to share the merits with Shivanti daughter and Sandesh son, and Dimal, Nithili, Onel, Nadil, Methula, Aloka, Gauravi and Tanuki, sons and daughters. May all of them be well and happy and live in peace and live long. May they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also we would like to share the merits with the parents of all the children who took part in this program, and all the grandparents and all the Dhamma school teachers and the friends from the Toronto Mahamevnawa Asapur Dhamma school. May they all be well and happy and live long and live a happy life, and may all of them realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also we would like to share the merits with everyone who joined this program. May everyone rejoice these merits and be well and happy and live a long life, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And also we would like to share the merits with all the people affected with COVID-19 virus, and may they recover from this virus as soon as possible, and may our world recover from this virus as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And we would like to share the merits with all the monks and the nuns of Mahamevnawa and all the monks and nuns in the world. May all the monks and the nuns rejoice in this merit, and may they live happily, may they live a good life, and may they realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all of us rejoice this merit, and may all of us be well and happy and live long and live happily, and may all of us rejoice this merit and realize Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now we have come to the end of the program. Children, now you can worship to Swamin Wahanse. I will recite the Gatha for you. You can go down to your knees and be in the worshipping position, and I'm going to say the verse. Okasa vandami bhante maya katam punyang samina anumoditabbang samina katam punyang maihanda-tabbang sadhu sadhu anumodami okasa dwarattayena katang sabbang acchayang kamata me bhante okasa kamami bhante dutiyampi okasa kamami bhante tatiyampi okasa kamami bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Let's see you again in the next program.
මෙවැනි වටිනා ධර්මදේශනා ශ්‍රවණය කිරීමට ශ්‍රද්ධා ඩේලි YouTube චැනලය සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරන්න.